Chosen one, if you are watching this, the warning has already begun. Not a soft warning, not a gentle nudge from the back of your mind. This is the final one, the one heaven has been pressing toward you through every closed door, every sleepless night, every strange ache in your chest when the world went quiet and you almost heard something underneath the noise. You were not supposed to scroll past this. You were supposed to land here, tonight, at this exact minute, and hear what most chosen ones miss when the static of their lives drowns the voice that has been calling their name. What I am about to share is not a message about your future. It is a message about a window that has been opened for you on purpose and closing on purpose. If you skip the next 30 minutes, if you let the noise of your day pull you away, everything that has been prepared for you on the other side of this season will quietly pass to someone else. Not because the Father is cruel, but because chosen ones who refuse to listen have always lost the inheritance that was meant for them. So, sit down, silence the room, put your phone face down on the table where you will not see it light up. By the time this ends, you will know exactly what has been missing, and you will know exactly what to do with what is left of the hour. Stop scrolling. Stop the multitasking. If you are around people right now, this is not for them. This is for the ears that have been waiting too long for a real word. Lower the volume of every other tab. Take one real breath, not for relaxation, for arrival. Maybe you are sitting in your car right now. The engine has been off for a while. The garage light has not come on yet because you have not moved enough to trigger it, and the only thing lit in this small space is your screen and the soft red of the dashboard cooling down. You meant to go inside the house 10 minutes ago. You did not. Something kept you in the seat. Maybe you are in the hallway after the kids have finally gone to sleep, leaning against the wall with the lights off because the lights felt too loud. Maybe you are on the edge of a bed in a quiet room and the air feels heavier than the day you had. Wherever you are, there is a weight in your chest that does not belong to today's stress. There is a question in you that you cannot find the words for. There is a feeling that someone just spoke your name, but no one in the room actually did. There is a reason this ache has been getting louder. There is a reason this is the third or fourth time something has pulled you toward a video like this in the last 7 days. By the time we get to the end of this hour, you will know the name of the static that has been standing between you and the voice. You will know the precise season it was placed there, and you will know what it takes to dissolve it. Before we go a single sentence further, hear me on this one thing. The warning in the title of this video is not punishment. It is not the father lifting a stick over a child who failed. The warning is a father reaching across a room that has gotten too loud, calling the same name he has always called you by, and refusing to stop until you hear it. The fact that you are still hearing, even faintly, even through the fog, even at the edge of giving up, is the proof. The proof that he has not forgotten you. The proof that you have not been written off. The proof that there is still time. Before I take you any deeper into this, I want you to know exactly what you are going to walk out of this hour holding. By the end of this video, you will know the 3 specific behaviors that have been making you miss the Father's warnings without you ever realizing it. You will know the exact age that the channel that lets you hear him began to close, and why almost every chosen one alive today is operating from the same wound. You will know the Hebrew word for the kind of hearing the Father is actually waiting on you to do, and why most prayer has never been able to reach it. And you will know the 2 precise paths back to that hearing, paths that have been studied in real labs at real universities, paths that thousands of chosen ones are already walking right now. Stay with me. Do not skip. The window is open in this hour. Let it stay open. The first thing I want you to understand is how chosen ones miss the warnings the Father sends, not in theory, in daily life, in the small, ordinary ways no one ever names for you. The first way is this: you make your decisions under pressure. You are pushed by a deadline, by a bill, by a relationship in crisis, by a moment that demands an answer right now, and in that pressure, the small voice cannot be heard. The Father has never spoken in a hurry. He has spoken in stillness since the burning bush. But you have not given him a still moment in months. So you mistake the absence of his voice for the absence of his presence, and you move forward without him. The move forward is the warning being skipped. The second way is this: when you are stuck, when the clarity will not come, you default to logic. You list the pros and cons. You research it. You ask 3 friends. You build a spreadsheet. None of this is wrong on its own. But the chosen one, who has lost the capacity to hear above the logic, the chosen one who has forgotten that some answers will never appear in a spreadsheet, will always default to the mind the world has trained, and never consult the part of them that knew things at 7 years old without having to be told. The answer that came through logic will look correct, and it will still be the wrong answer for your assignment, because the assignment was never logical, it was prophetic. The third way is the most painful one. I call it the repeated almost. You have moved towards something 3 or 4 or 7 times in the last year. A conversation you almost had, a decision you almost made, a change you almost started. And every time, something pulled you back at the very last moment. You have told yourself that what pulled you back was fear, that you are too scared, that you keep self-sabotaging, that there is something wrong with the way you commit. But hear me. What if it was not fear that stopped you? What if it was the Holy Spirit pulling on your sleeve, refusing to let you walk into a thing that was not yet ready, or that was never meant for you in the first place? What if the almost was a mercy, and you have been calling it a failure all along? Most chosen ones live their whole adult life confusing divine restraint for personal weakness. The day they learn the difference is the day everything starts to make sense at once. If that were the whole picture, if the behavior were the whole answer, then the solution would be simple. Try harder, pray more, slow down, and chosen ones have been trying this for decades. It has failed every single one of them. It has failed because the problem is not the behavior. The behavior is the surface. The behavior is the smoke. Underneath the behavior is something older, something that has a date, something that has a measurable signature in the body, in the brain, in the way the spirit receives signal. And until you know its name, every attempt to fix the surface is going to fail in the same shape it has always failed. What is underneath has a name, and the name is going to make every confused season of your life rearrange itself into something that finally makes sense. Stay here for a moment. Notice that you have been listening for almost 7 minutes now. Your body has shifted. Your shoulders are not in the same place they were when this began. Your breath has slowed without you trying. That is what happens when a chosen one finally stops running long enough to be heard. I am not going to rush this. The Father has not been rushing it either. He has been patient with you for a very long time. The least we can do is honor that patience. Beneath the behavior is the fog. You have been carrying it for longer than you remember. It does not feel like sadness. It is not depression in the clinical sense, though sometimes the line is thin. The fog is something else entirely. It is the slow disconnection from your own inner life. The way you used to feel things sharply and now feel them at a distance. The way prayers that once moved, you now feel like reading words on a page someone else wrote. The way worship music that broke you open 3 years ago now plays in the background without touching you. You have told yourself you are growing up, that you are becoming more mature, that the intense spirituality of the younger you was a phase, and the muted, professional, adult version of you is the real one. That is a lie, and it is one of the most expensive lies a chosen one ever believes about themselves. The truth is, the fog is the sound of a channel narrowing. What you call adult composure is sometimes just the brain learning to live with less wonder, less goosebumps when the spirit moves, less of that strange knowing that arrives in the chest before the mind catches up. And there is something else in the fog you have not named yet: the tightness, the way your chest grips when you try to sit still and pray. You assume it is anxiety. You assume the tightness is a sign you are doing something wrong. What if the tightness is not anxiety? What if it is your body bracing for a message it has learned to be afraid of receiving? Because the last time you fully received a message from the Father, He asked you to do something hard, and the body remembers. Beneath the fog is something older still. The child mind has been dimmed. When you were 7, 8, somewhere in there, the world around you started teaching you something you did not consent to learn. It taught you that the things you could feel coming were probably nothing, that the dreams you had that came true were coincidence, that the way you sometimes knew a person was sad before they said a single word was just observation, that the strange connection you felt to certain trees, certain songs, certain strangers was your imagination playing. Piece by piece, year by year, school by school, conversation by conversation, the part of you that received without effort was shamed quiet. The part of you that believed, the way only children believe, was talked out of believing. The part of you that lived in constant openness was taught to close, because closed is what adults are supposed to be. Long ago, a teacher stood on a hillside and said, "The kingdom belongs to those who become like little children." Most who heard him assumed he meant innocence, or humility, or being teachable. He meant those things. But he meant something else first. He was naming a frequency. He was naming the open state, the receiving state, the state you were born in, and that the world made you forget. And he was telling you that the kingdom, every promise, every assignment, every word he still wants to speak to you, is on the other side of returning to that state. You did not lose your imagination at 7. You lost your channel, and the world has every reason to want it gone. A child of light who has forgotten how to receive is a child of light who can be sold things, who can be kept in fear, who can be made compliant. There are forces in this world that benefit when chosen ones grow up, forgetting who they were. This is not paranoia. This is just the architecture of what we are inside of. Here is how you know this has been happening to you, not in theory, in your body, in your week, in the last 7 days. The first sign is the headache that arrives when you start thinking about your future. Not the headaches from screens or from skipping coffee, the specific ones, the ones that show up the moment you try to plan something bigger than the next month, the moment you try to picture your life 2 years from now and ask the Father what He wants for you, that kind of headache. Most chosen ones think this is stress. It is not. It is the body objecting to the noise that has been louder for far too long than the voice you are trying to access. The headache is the channel pressing against the wall that has been built around it. The second sign is the chest tension that arrives when the room finally goes silent. You sit down to pray, the kids go to bed, you turn off the television, and instead of feeling peaceful, something in your chest tightens. You assume you are bad at stillness. You are not bad at stillness. The body has braced itself for a message it has learned to be afraid of receiving. The bracing is the proof that something is trying to come through. The third sign is the way the same warning has reached you 3 or 4 times in the last week from different places. From different mouths, the same theme keeps showing up. A friend says something offhand, a song line, a verse you have not thought about in years. This video, that is not coincidence. That is the Father pressing the same word through every available channel, because the main channel, the one that should have been clearest, has been muffled. He is using volume to make up for static. The fourth sign is the strangest one. The way time has felt off lately. You arrive somewhere and you do not remember the drive. You hit Thursday and cannot account for Wednesday. Whole days feel skipped. You are not losing your mind. You are watching the gap between 2 parts of yourself widen. The adult mind on autopilot, running the body. The child mind, missing entirely. And the days that feel missed are the days the child within was nowhere on the inside, because the channel that lets the child live in real time has not been open. There is a man in the old story whose entire life was a warning that almost got skipped. His name was Jonah. The Father spoke to Jonah. Jonah heard. There is no part of this story where Jonah did not hear. He just did not want the assignment. The Father told him to go warn a city called Nineveh, an enemy city, an assignment that felt impossible. So, Jonah did what most chosen ones still do when the assignment is bigger than them. He ran. He boarded a ship going the opposite direction. He paid his fare. He tried to sleep through the storm that came for him. We have been taught that the whale was a punishment. Read it again. The whale was not a prison. The whale was a chamber of forced silence. Because the only way Jonah could hear the second warning, the warning that would actually save Nineveh, was to be removed from every static of his life. No ship, no port, no noise. 3 days in the dark. 3 days where he could not eat his way out of it, could not buy his way out of it, could not work his way out of it. Just the breath, the dark, and the Father waiting. And what most people miss in this story is the ending. When Jonah finally listened the second time, the entire city was saved. Every life in Nineveh. Because one chosen one finally got quiet enough to receive what the Father had been trying to say from the beginning. Hear me on this. You are not in a whale right now because the Father is angry with you. You are in a whale right now because the Father refuses to let the warning be skipped. The quiet you have been forced into in the last few months, the doors that have closed, the people who went silent, the season that has felt like nothing is moving, that is not abandonment. That is the chamber. That is the Father loving you enough to remove the static so you can finally hear what he has been trying to say. And there is one more thing about Jonah you need to know. The Hebrew word for hearing in his story is shima. It does not just mean to perceive sound, it means to hear so deeply that obedience is automatic, to hear with the whole body, to hear with the child within. And no chosen one in the history of the world has ever shimaed with a noisy mind. The mind has to come back to silence. The mind has to come back to the child. Otherwise, the warning hits the ear but never reaches the spirit. I want to pause here because I feel something the spirit wants to say directly to the one watching. Hear me, child. I have been calling you in the quiet, not in the storm, not in the fire, in the quiet that you have been too tired to enter. Come back to the quiet. I am still there. I have been there the whole time. Those are the words the Spirit placed on my heart for the one this is for. Receive them however you can. What you are about to hear, you should hear directly, without veils, without the careful building of mystery so that I can sell you something at the end. Truth honors truth. So, let me name what is real before another moment passes. The dimming of the child mind, the closing of the channel, the static between you and the voice. These are not abstract spiritual ideas. They have been studied. There is something on the other side of them. There are two layers to the static, not one. And the chosen ones who restore their channel are the ones who address both layers in the right order, with the right specific frequencies, not effort, not willpower, frequencies. The first layer is the dimmed child mind. The gamma wave suppression that started around age 7 and has been deepening ever since. There is a tool that addresses exactly this. It is called the Genius Song. It was built by a neuroscientist named Dr. Robert Lake after 34 years of work, drawing on research from MIT, Princeton, and other leading research institutions. The second layer is the closed reception channel, the stress signal that has been jamming the alpha frequency where the spirit speaks in stillness. There is a tool for that one too. It is called the wealth signal. It came out of Stanford, mapped by a researcher named Dr. Stephen Newton, who broke from the establishment to release what he found. Wave 1 first, wake the child. Wave 2 second, open the reception. This order is not optional. It is the architecture of how the channel returns to itself. Long ago, the teacher said the kingdom belongs to those who become like little children. He was not describing a personality, he was naming a sequence. The path to both is in the description below. The path to both is in the pinned comment. Your spirit will know when to look. There is no rush in this moment. The hour is not over. We will come back to all of this. But there is a question that has been waiting underneath this whole conversation, and we need to look at it now. Why has this static been louder for you than for others? Why are chosen ones, the very people most equipped to hear, the ones most heavily dimmed? Why does it seem like the people who care the least about God hear answers the easiest, while the ones who care the most struggle the hardest? There is an answer. It is older than you remember. It has a date. And the date is the same for almost every chosen one alive today. The date is somewhere around the age of 7. That is when it begins, not because of one event, not because of anything you can point to, but because the brain of a 7-year-old child sits at a frequency the brain of a 35-year-old has almost completely lost. Researchers call it gamma wave activity. Gamma is the brain's child frequency. It is the wave that lets a 4-year-old learn 3 languages without trying. It is the wave that makes a 5-year-old see a stranger and know whether to trust them before any adult around them figures it out. It is the wave behind every moment. A child says something that sounds prophetic, and the adults in the room go quiet because they cannot explain how the child knew. You had it, all of it. At 7 years old, you were operating in gamma without effort. The Father was speaking to you in gamma. You did not have to try to hear him. You just heard. Why? Then something started to happen. School, schedules, the slow education in what to take seriously and what to ignore. The world began to reward your beta wave, the focused, productive, controlled, fear-based frequency, and quietly suppress your gamma. By 14, most chosen ones have lost 70% of their gamma activation. By 35, most have lost 90% of it. What you have been calling maturity for the last 20 years was, in many cases, a frequency surgery you did not consent to. This is not theory. This is not spiritual speculation. This has been studied at MIT. It has been studied at Princeton. It has been studied at other leading research universities for decades. The conclusion is the same in every lab. The brain the modern world produces is a brain that has been quietly trained to stop hearing what it once heard so easily. And this is what Jesus knew. This is what he was naming on the hillside. The kingdom belongs to those who become like little children, not because children are innocent, but because children are the only humans who still live at the frequency where the kingdom is audible. The Hebrew word for hearing the Father, the word at the center of the most sacred prayer in the Old Testament, is shema. You see it in Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. The first word in that line, shema, is the word the rabbis say everything else hangs on. Here is what most people never get told about it. Shema does not mean to perceive sound. It does not mean to listen the way you listen to traffic or to a song playing in the background. Shema means to hear with the whole body, to hear so completely, so deeply, that the doing of what you heard is automatic, to hear with the part of you that does not need a debate. And here is the part that will rearrange everything. Shema requires gamma. The kind of hearing Shema describes is, neurologically, the kind of hearing only a child mind can do. The adult brain, the one running 90% beta, the one trained out of gamma, physically cannot shema. It can hear sound. It can analyze a sermon. It can write a Bible study. It cannot shema. So when you read in Scripture that God is calling you, that the Father is speaking, that the Spirit is leading, and you struggle to feel any of it, hear me. That is not a sign of weak faith. That is not a sign you are doing something wrong. That is shema failure. And shema failure is not a moral problem. It is a frequency problem. A frequency problem requires a frequency answer. And here is where it goes deeper. Even if the child mind were restored, even if gamma came back tomorrow morning, there is still a second layer of static between you and the voice. And the second layer has a different name, a different mechanism, and a different signature. It is called the stress signal, beta hyperactivity, the state your brain has been running in day after day for the last 20 years of bills, deadlines, relationships, news cycles, and survival mode. The brain locked in beta cannot drop into alpha, and alpha is the state where the subconscious receives. You can have your child mind awake. You can have your gamma restored. But if the reception channel, the alpha wave, the inner doorway through which the spirit speaks in stillness, is jammed shut by the stress signal, then the child within is awake but cannot reach for what is hers, like a door that finally opens onto a wall. This too has been studied. It has been mapped in detail. There is a researcher who broke away from the mainstream institutions to release what he found on this exact mechanism. His name is Dr. Stephen Newton. His research lineage runs through Stanford, through Boston University, through other research institutions. You would recognize. What he and his team mapped is the precise neural rigidity in the thalamus, the egg-shaped region at the center of the brain, where the stress signal jams the alpha gate. And what they discovered is that the gate can be opened with the right calibrated frequency, in the right order. 2 doctors, 2 discoveries, 2 distinct frequency problems, 2 distinct frequency solutions. This is not one problem with 2 names. This is the architecture of your channel. And now you can finally hear what has been waiting underneath this whole hour. Remember the ache that has been getting louder for the last few months. Remember the almost that kept stopping you at the threshold. Remember the 3rd or 4th time something pulled you toward a video like this in the last week. You now know what they were. They were the Father, knocking on a channel that has been walled shut since you were 7. He has not been absent. He has not abandoned you. He has not stopped speaking. You have been deafened, and the deafness has a name. It has a date. It has a measurable signature in your body, in your brain, in the way your spirit has been trying to receive signal through walls that were built before you knew the walls were there. The good news is that walls can come down. The good news is that the frequencies that built the walls are the same frequencies that dissolve them, used in the right order, at the right moment, by the chosen one who is finally ready to come home to herself. There is one more thing you must know first, about the hour you were born. There is a window in every chosen one's life, a specific assignment the Father has prepared with your name on it, ready for the exact moment your channel opens. Most chosen ones miss the window because the channel was closed when the door appeared. We are going to name the signs of that window in the next breath. Here is how a chosen one knows she is inside the threshold window of her assignment, right now, this season. The first sign is that the same kind of people keep showing up. Strangers who feel familiar, acquaintances who suddenly become important. Reconnections you did not expect. The Father moves chosen ones into their assignments through divine appointments, and divine appointments cluster when the window is open. The second sign is that doors have been closing in the last 6 to 12 months. Doors you thought were the path. Doors that felt premature when they shut. Hear me. Those closures were not rejection. They were redirection. They were the Father clearing the corridor so the door of your actual assignment would be visible when the moment came. The third sign is the growing internal knowing. You have been carrying a sense, for months now, that something is being asked of you. You cannot name it yet. You feel it in your chest more than in your mind. That feeling is the assignment becoming audible to your spirit before your mind catches up. The fourth sign is the cluster. The way warning videos, key conversations, scripture lines, and inner pulls have all been arriving in the same season. You did not seek them all out. They sought you. That is what the Father does when the window is open and the assignment is close. The window does not close as punishment. It closes because chosen one assignments are time-bound. The vessel has to be ready. The world's noise eats time. If the channel does not open in this window, the assignment that was prepared with your name on it quietly passes to someone whose channel is open. Not because the Father is unkind, because the work has to get done and time keeps moving. Stay here for a moment. You do not have to do anything with what you have just heard. You do not have to fix anything yet. The work of receiving is happening underneath, in the part of you that is older than thought, in the part of you that has been waiting to be told the truth for a very long time. Let the shoulders soften. Let the jaw release without trying. Let the part of you that has been bracing for the next blow finally exhale, because what you have just been told is not a blow. It is a homecoming. Let me put plain words around what you have just heard, so no part of it slips past you, so what comes next lands where it is supposed to land. You came here tonight because the warning has been getting louder, and you wanted to know what it was about. What it is about is this. The channel that lets you hear the Father has 2 layers. Both have been dimmed since you were a child. The dimming is neurological, and it is spiritual at the same time. The static is real. And there are 2 specific frequencies, 2 specific tools that restore the 2 layers in the right order, so the channel comes back to itself the way it was always supposed to. What is about to be said is not for everyone watching. It is for the chosen one whose body has already been pulling toward the answer. If that is not you, that is honorable, and you can leave with what you have. If that is you, what comes next is the path. What I am about to share began as 2 separate pieces of research by 2 scientists who did not know each other, who each set out to answer a different question. They each arrived at the same conclusion. The chosen ones, who restore both layers of their channel, become almost unrecognizable to the people who knew them before. not because they changed, because they finally came back to who they always were. There is a chosen one I want you to know about. A woman who had been on a spiritual journey for over a decade. Bible studies, retreats, worship. She loved the Father deeply. But somewhere near her 34th birthday, her own prayers started to feel like reading words on a page someone else had written. 14 days into using the first of the two tools we are about to talk about, she told a friend, the prayer began to feel like a conversation again. She wept for an hour. She had not been able to cry like that in years. The first tool is called the Genius Song. A digital audio track, 7 minutes long, listened to through headphones. That is the whole shape of it, 7 minutes a day. The mechanism is what neuroscientists call brain entrainment. The audio is calibrated so one frequency plays in your left ear and a slightly different frequency plays in your right ear. And the brain, in response, generates a third frequency between them. That third frequency is gamma, the child mind frequency, the one suppressed at age 7. The Genius Song was built by Dr. Robert Lake, a neuroscientist with 34 years in this field. His research draws on work from MIT, from Princeton, and from other leading research institutions. What it does, in plain terms, is reverse the decline effect. It wakes the child mind. It returns the curiosity, the openness, the shima capacity that the world walked you out of when you were small. It does not promise you genius. It promises you the first wave, the child within finally hearing her own name again. When you secure the Genius Song, you may encounter on the path afterward a stronger, amplified version called the youthful brain. Many chosen ones who walk this restoration further have already chosen to add it. It goes deeper than the original. You will see it after you secure the first wave. If your spirit confirms it when you see it, take it. If not, the original alone is enough. What this means in practice is simple. 7 minutes a day, headphones on, eyes closed when your day allows it. The audio works while you sit still. The gamma frequency lifts back into the brain the way a song lifts a child to her feet. The channel that was closed when you were 7 decades ago begins to come back to itself. Most people stop here. They assume the Genius Song restores the child mind, and that is the whole answer. It is not. The chosen ones who use the Genius Song for the first weeks consistently report the same pattern. The child wakes, curiosity returns, wonder returns, and then they hit a wall. The child is awake, but she cannot reach for what is hers. The drawbridge between her and what the Father holds for her is still up, because there is a second layer, the stress signal, beta hyperactivity. The frequency that has been hijacking your alpha state for 20 years of adult survival mode, even an awake child mind cannot receive through the stress signal. It is like trying to hear a whisper in a thunderstorm. A different researcher arrived at this from a different angle. Dr. Stephen Newton. His lineage runs through Stanford, through Boston University. He spent years mapping the precise mechanism where the stress signal jams the receiving channel. He found, eventually, the second wave, the wave the awake child needs in order to receive. Long ago, the teacher said, "Become like little children, and you will receive the kingdom." He did not say it as one instruction. He said it as a sequence. Wave 1, then wave 2. Child first, reception second. The tool for the second wave is called the wealth signal. A digital audio track, 5 minutes long, headphones required. It comes with a 9-word script drawn from an ancient Hindu technique 3,300 years old. You listen, you repeat the script in the rhythm the audio guides, and the brain shifts out of beta and into alpha. The mechanism is brain frequency calibration. The 9-word script bypasses what Dr. Newton's team mapped as the neural rigidity in the thalamus, the locked posture holding the receiving channel shut. Dr. Newton, as I said, broke from the mainstream institutions. His research runs through Stanford, through Boston University, through other leading research institutions. What the wealth signal does is open the reception channel. Once the child is awake from the first wave, this is what lets the receiving begin. The kingdom flows in, the way a child receives a gift, without effort, without earning, without the adult mind getting in the middle. When you secure the wealth signal, you may encounter on the path afterward a deeper version called Wealth Signal Accelerator. Many chosen ones who walk the receiving channel further have found it amplifies the opening many times faster. You will see it after you secure the original. If your spirit confirms it when you see it, receive it. If not, the original is enough. And one last note. A small number of chosen ones who walk this restoration the furthest combine Wealth Signal Accelerator with the youthful brain, 2 amplifications running together. You will encounter both on the path afterward, only if your spirit calls them forward. The originals alone are complete. The combination is for the path that goes deeper than most ever go. 5 minutes a day. Morning is best, before the stress signal of the day stacks up. Eyes closed when your day allows. The audio carries the brain out of beta. The script carries the channel into alpha. The receiving begins. There is another chosen one I want you to know about. A woman who had been the steady one in her family for as long as she could remember. The one who held everyone else together. She told me, before she found the wealth signal, that she had been carrying a tightness in her chest for almost a decade. She had assumed it was the cost of being responsible. 2 weeks into using the wealth signal, the tightness dissolved. She said it felt like exhaling for the first time since her 30s began. I know what some of you are sitting with right now. You have tried things before. Meditation apps, manifestation courses, affirmation tracks. None of them landed. Why would these be different? Hear me. Almost everything you have tried was a single frequency tool. 1 layer, 1 angle. The channel has 2 layers. That is why nothing finished the job. The mechanism was incomplete. I know some of you are thinking, this sounds too clean. The science is EEG measurable, replicable, confirmed at Stanford, confirmed at MIT. Nearly 38,000 chosen ones across both waves have already walked this path. Refund rate stays under 5%. The data is the data. I know some of you are weighing the cost. Whatever it is, it matters. I would never disrespect that. The path is built so you can begin where you can begin. There is an entry door. There is a complete journey. All 3 doors are honored. And I know the larger question of all, why 2 tools? Why not just 1? Because there are 2 layers, and they require 2 specific frequencies in the right order. Skip the order, and the restoration does not hold. This is not redundant. It is sequence dependent. The teacher named the order long ago. Become like little children, then receive the kingdom. The 2 waves are how that becoming and that receiving actually happen in the body. What you are looking at when you step onto this path is 3 doors. The first door is restoration, the genius song alone. For the chosen one who feels the child within has been dim for so long that she needs to be reminded who she was first. This door is honored. It is enough for some. The second door is reception, the wealth signal alone, the rarer door. For the chosen one whose child mind has stayed alive but who cannot reach for what is hers, because the receiving channel has been jammed. The third door is complete restoration. Both waves together. This is the path most chosen ones come to recognize as theirs, because restoration and reception compound. The child wakes, and the channel opens, and the kingdom that has been waiting can finally flow in. Become like little children, then receive. The two waves move together for the chosen one, ready for both. One more thing about this path. The two researchers, Dr. Lake and Dr. Newton, both chose to make this accessible to the chosen ones who would receive this kind of message. There is no conventional retail in the usual sense. There is only the doorway that is open in this hour for the chosen ones who have been pulled here. One warning: the chosen ones who walk this path are always told first. There are pages circulating that use the same names. The wealth signal, the genius song, they are not the same. They do not contain the calibrated frequency. They do not carry the binaural delivery. They do not include the $418 in combined bonuses that come with the originals. They will not open the channel. The only path to the real ones is the one in the description below and the one in the pinned comment. Nowhere else. Not Amazon. Not Spotify. Take one breath. This is not a purchase decision. This is a path decision. Which door is yours? All three are honored. Not one of them is wrong. Your spirit knows which one. The three doors are below. In the description, in the pinned comment. You do not have to choose tonight, but the doors are open in this hour. Three paths. The one your spirit pulled toward as you listened is the one. Step into the door that calls you. The path will be there in the description and in the pinned comment when you are ready to look. There are two things to know before you walk this. Both audios require headphones, stereo headphones, not speakers. Speakers will not work because brain entrainment needs the binaural delivery. You do not need expensive ones. $15 earbuds are enough. Morning, the wealth signal, 5 minutes. Best within the first hour after you wake. Evening, the genius song, 7 minutes. Best between 7 and 9 at night when the mind has slowed. 12 minutes total a day. That is the whole commitment. Sit upright when you can. Eyes closed. At least 4 hours between the two sessions, so the brain has space to process each one. And remember this: consistency outranks intensity. The child within does not need to be forced awake. The child only needs to be called. Every day, quietly, the way the Father calls. And so we come to what you are, not what you were told you were, not what the world trained you to be, what you are, underneath all of it. You are one who hears. That is the first declaration. Shima restored, the channel coming back to itself. The Father's voice is not silent. The Father's voice has never been silent. The static was loud and the channel was narrow, but the voice was always there. From this point forward, you live as one who hears, even before the hearing is fully clear. You hold your daily silence as a listening posture. You treat the small pulls of your spirit as real signals. You stop calling what you sense too much, too sensitive, too imaginative. What you sense is the channel doing what it was made to do. You are a child of light. That is the second declaration. The child within is awake. The gamma is returning. What was dimmed at 7 is being unlocked slowly, every day. You trust the curiosity. You follow the wonder. You stop apologizing for the part of you that still wants to know the names of clouds and the patterns in the wind. You let the child receive what the adult could not. You learn, again, to be moved. You are the one the Father warned in time. That is the third declaration. The window is open in this hour because you heard, not because you were better than anyone else, not because you earned it, because you stopped long enough to receive. From here forward, when clarity arrives, you move. When the assignment becomes audible, you walk toward it. You do not wait for proof that does not exist on this side of obedience. You walk. There is one practice I want to leave you with. For the days between this hour and the day your channel comes fully back online. When you sense the Father is warning you about something, when the pull becomes loud but the words are not yet clear, do not try to listen harder. Do not lean in. Do not strain. Instead, do this. Withdraw from input for 30 minutes. No phone, no music, no people. The static must drop before Shima can fire. You cannot think your way out of a frequency. You can only step out of it. Then, in your mind, ask 3 questions in this order. What am I being pulled toward? What am I being pulled away from? If I were 7 years old, what would I do? Speak the answers in your own voice, even if only in your head. Then, do not act on them for 24 hours. The voice of the Father gets louder over 24 hours. The voice of anxiety gets quieter. The hold is how you tell the two apart. There is one room left for us to walk into before this hour ends. Not a literal room, a room you have always had inside of you. If you are not driving right now, you can let your eyes close. If you are driving, just soften your focus. The work is in the imagination, not in the body. In your mind, picture yourself standing in a room you have never seen, but have always known. There is no ceiling, only sky. There is no door, only light. At the center of the room is a chair, and in the chair, the Father is waiting. He is not angry. He is not in a hurry. He is simply waiting for you. He has been waiting for a long time. This is not a metaphor. This is the architecture of your spirit when both layers of the channel are open. This room has been here the whole time. You just could not see it through the static. In your mind, walk toward the chair. Sit down beside him. Let the weight in your chest soften. Let the breath go deeper without effort. This is what Shima feels like in the body. Stay here for a moment. You have walked through a long hour with me. Your shoulders have moved. Your breath has changed. The room around you is not the same room it was when this began. Something landed tonight that has been waiting to land in you for a very long time. And so, we honor what has happened tonight, not with applause, not with celebration, with the quietness of someone who has finally arrived home after being away too long. And now, on one slow breath, I want you to let go of the static that has stood between you and the voice for too many years, the static that you have been calling anxiety and exhaustion and adulthood and failure to pray well enough, all of it in one motion, not piece by piece. Take the breath, let it fall out of you in one long exhale. Imagine the static leaving with the breath, sliding off your shoulders, off your chest, off the back of your neck, where it has been gripping for years, dissolving into the floor below the chair you are sitting in. Gone. What remains is the channel, clean, quiet, open. And know this, you are not the only chosen one hearing these words tonight. Right now, across the world, in cars, in driveways, in kitchens with the lights low, in rooms after the children have finally gone to sleep, the same warning is finding the same kind of soul. The channel is opening for them too. You are part of something larger than your own restoration. Hear this over you. You are seen by the Father. You are heard by the Father. You are sent by the Father. And hear this last word, placed on my heart, for the one this is for. I have not forgotten you. I have been waiting for the moment your channel opened. The moment is now. The window is open. Walk through. Do not say amen yet. Sit in this frequency for 60 seconds before you speak. Let what just landed settle into the bones. Let the body hold it before the mind moves on. And when you are ready, in your own time, in your own voice, whether in your head or out loud, say it. It is sealed. 2 small things are still left to say. If anything you heard tonight landed in your spirit, send this to the one in your life who has been unusually quiet lately. The one who keeps almost saying something they cannot finish. The one whose chest has been tight when the room goes silent. They are in the same static. This is the call they have been waiting for. And if your spirit is still in this frequency right now, type in the comments below, in your own voice, I hear you, Father, not for me, as your own shema, as the seal of the channel opening. If this is the kind of word you have been waiting for, stay close. More words are being prepared for the seasons ahead. They will find you when they are ready. And the 2 doors are still where they have always been. The genius song, the wealth signal. 3 paths between them. In the description below, in the pinned comment, your spirit will know which one. There is no rush in this hour. But the window does not stay open forever. Sleep well, chosen one. The Father has not forgotten you. He has only been waiting for the channel to open. Tonight, it did. Shema.